Good day everyone! I am Mary Janica M. Tantiado with my partner Irish Jane P. Ramos. And today we are going to discuss to you communication breakdown with its strategies and tips. But first, what is good communication? Communication is a two-way street. It is an exchange of information between two or more people. If either party doesn't hold up their end, this leads to miscommunication. Involve more people and you've got yourself a bit of melting pot, especially if they don't know how to communicate effectively. What is a communication breakdown? A communication breakdown is defined as a failure to exchange information resulting in a lack of communication. Not communicating properly doesn't only affect every single area of the business, but if you expect your teams to work together, the cross-communication between them will take its toll. This means your business going from well-oiled machine to individual parts that simply cannot function without each other. Here are some common examples of how a communication breakdown in the workplace can occur to make it clearer. A member of staff making a mistake due to miscommunication or not enough information given in training. Two members of staff doing the same task and not realizing. A colleague not treating a client correctly. What are the causes of a communication breakdown? So what are the causes of communication breakdown? Number one, loss in translation. This doesn't necessarily mean a language barrier, but rather how the listeners interpret certain words, phrases, or sentence structures. This especially occurs across email, where lack of tone can result in the receiver perceiving the message in a different way to what was intended, or a certain word with dual meaning being interpreted incorrectly. Number two, the attention span of a GNet. The average human attention span has decreased from 12 to 8 seconds, meaning we have less time to remain engaged before we switch off or start thinking of other things. As mentioned before, there's a difference between listening and hearing, and apparently, we can only listen for 8 seconds before our eyes glaze over, thus missing vital information. This lack of attention means the information constantly has to be repeated, which is not only arduous but also frustrating for the speaker. Number three is too much information. Managers are not only trying to control the information they're receiving from superiors, but are also trying to manage information floating up from juniors and distributing this at all the correct parties. Without a streamlined flow, this level of information plus the overall or the overload of information that can occur if too much is being shared to the wrong person can descend into chaos. Number four is under pressure. High-stress job means that there's often no time to communicate properly. If you're on a tight deadline or you're behind on your target, you're not going to waste precious minutes formulating the perfect email. Continuing this pattern always leads to greater consequences. Similarly, if people see you're constantly busy, they may be put off attempting to communicate for fear of interrupting and being scolded. This means you become the spanner in the works. What effects can a communication breakdown have on your business? Number one, loss of morale. Two, demotivation. Number three, embarrassment. Four, anger. 5. Tension among the team. 6. Stress caused to individuals. 7. Loss of clients, business, and sales. 8. Disorganization. 9. Gossip. And lastly, number 10. Higher employee turnover or lack of retention.
5 tips to avoid communication breakdown. First, have clarity of thought. Before you try and get your point across to others, be clear to yourself on what you are hoping to convey. Arranging your thoughts before verbalizing them can help you communicate much more clearly. Second is, be physically present. Having face-to-face conversation means you can convey your point more clearly with your body language as well as your tone of voice. It can help to clear any misunderstandings. Third is learn to listen. Not understanding those who you are trying to communicate with will lead to a conversation fraught with misunderstandings. Do not be afraid to ask people to repeat it or explain it further in a polite manner. Fourth one is take care. Keep your emotions in check. Try to maintain eye contact and adopt a relaxed tone when conversing with others. Nonverbal communication such as tone of voice and body language is equally important. Last one is build up confidence. Work on improving your communication skills and practicing will make you feel more confident over time. Consider using different tactics to improve your skills to the point that you start to feel more confident. By following these simple tips, you can avoid communication breakdown. And that is our presentation for today. Thank you for listening.